Today is day 1 of my IVF retrieval, so welcome to part 1 of Lessons in Human Resilience for every day of my IVF retrieval, so we both remember what we're capable of surviving, even though we wish we didn't have to go through whatever it is that we're facing. As a chronically ill woman, I know that talking about the immense suffering I've experienced in my body doesn't matter to most decision makers. So let's talk about the economics of having to pay out of pocket for IVF and the impact on our economy. With declining birth rates around the world and increased environmental and systemic stressors, it's getting harder and harder to naturally carry children. However, for our pension plans and future economic viability as nations to exist, giving birth needs to be incentivized. So how about, instead of making it one of the only private parts of the Canadian healthcare system that requires out-of-pocket payments, why doesn't IVF become also a part of full coverage beyond the 18-month wait list for provincial coverage or even more federal funding towards IVF? If you really cared about increasing birth rates, you'd realize that women's stress levels during IVF are exacerbated by financial pressure, and not having coverage is a major factor in the declining birth rates so many of you global economists are so goddamn worried about. So if my pain and suffering isn't enough of a reason for you to give a damn, perhaps realizing that our collective well-being and resilience as a society is directly linked to the safety, security, and well-being of its women, and our ability to be well and supported if we choose to try and have children to keep this godforsaken economic and social contract going. Robust social systems make humans more resilient. Resilient societies require happy and connected families. Women who are choosing in this economy and this world to have kids need much more support to do so. Now stay tuned for part 2, where I'll be talking a little bit more about the personal resilience that goes into any process of survival. I'll see you then.